Reclaimed is an online free cycling platform where people can easily give away things that no longer has use to them anymore, but does to somebody else.
The MirrorMate is a smart mirror that helps you throughout the day, and it shows useful information besides your own reflection. For example, the weather, the date, your calendar, and the news.
I'm a product designer. I graduated about 6 years ago, and when I graduated I started my own company together with a colleague of mine, a product design office. And when we did start the office, the school, the university here came to us and asked us if we want to design the building of the studios. It took us about 5 months to do the upstairs and the concept for the downstairs, and then the people working downstairs, it took them another 5 months to finish everything up. The success for me being is that I've learned a lot from it, from the mistakes and the hardships we've had, but also from the good points that we've gone through. We've learned a lot, and now I'm using that experience to start something new.
We still have a lot of work and a lot of research to do.
We met a lot of startups, and that reassures us, because that means we're definitely not alone struggling. We're not the only ones with problems, with financial problems, business problems, prototype problems, so we're definitely not alone.
I don't think there is an easy startup to do. It's all quite difficult, but it's worth it.
The school did a good job at that, so right now when we, for example, have a problem, we don't have to ask somebody, we're just gonna look it up and try to find it ourselves. If it doesn't work, we're gonna run into a door, but of course that's always healthy, I guess.
We had a bit technical issues, like how are we going to upload images and what's the most scalable way. So that required a lot of time researching it, but eventually we came up with a solution that we believe will work for such a platform.
Work by yourself, work on your project, but communicate with people and have people give feedback and input on the project that you're working on.
You're being helped by a lot of people, but still you have to do a lot by yourself, of course, and together with my teammates, so I really like that. It's being grown up and having discipline.
As an entrepreneur, you need to be tough, active, always thinking of new things, very enthusiastic, willing to work hard, willing to work long hours, and willing to always be thinking of the next thing for your company.
Being an entrepreneur wasn't something I really saw coming. I mean, I was always going to be like a programmer or a network administrator. But then with the project SBP at the beginning of the 3rd year, it kind of encouraged me and made me curious about entrepreneurial life. And that's why I'm now doing it.
To be honest, I had no clue about what we were going to do or how we were going to do it. It was one black hole. It was a jump into nothing, really.
It's cool to have freedom in everything you do, but it also comes with a lot of responsibility. You have to make decisions, and those decisions can have a negative sides to it.
I don't really see myself as an entrepreneur yet, because we're still just trying. We don't really have a real business yet. We're still seeing how it goes at the end of June.
I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I have no reason to say like no to an entrepreneurship.
The advice I can give is to keep it fun, to do hard work, but to keep in mind that at the end of the line the money needs to come in, and you need to have a good amount of money to do things that you want to do.
The only thing that could happen is that someone decides that he doesn't want to go further with it, but that is not a problem for me.
If the concept works, we really like to develop on it further, involve again new people, because we are going to study further. And most of the features and development we will be doing is on our free time.
A lot of people don't think they are, but they could be an entrepreneur.
If you're working on a project with friends or people who are really close to you, make sure that all of you have the same goal, attitude of how to work, ethics when working. And if you do work with people who are very close to you, keep in mind that you cannot see each other 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Spend some time away from each other.
I don't really think that the fact that we're friends impacts our company, because while we're here, we're a company, but when we step outside or after hours, we're still friends. If you have a discussion at work, you don't really have to take it home with you.
Motivate each other, because I think if we hadn't known each other for such a long time, like 4 years or 5 years or so, we don't know how we are and as a person and how we should motivate each other. And in a startup with only 2 people, that's really important that we keep motivating each other.
We look after each other, that we work the hours we need to work, of course.
If you work with friends, they know your background and they know who you are outside of work.
We decided to stop 11 Feet because it wasn't what I felt to be the right thing for me to be doing. I want to make stuff hands-on. I want to create things for not for companies, but for people who really enjoy the product and are using the product.
We all are thinking about going further with it if it seems like it's doable. There's a lot of questions still, but if those questions are answered in a positive way, then we all want to go further. Otherwise, some of us want to study for another year, some of us want to go to work. It's really depends on the person.
Maybe if it goes really well, I mean, we have our bachelor degree. We can start with claimed and then see how far it goes.
Student entrepreneur, we really would like to go for that.
Everything in the world is becoming smarter. Everything is, smartphones, smart watches. So technology is growing every day and we're just jumping into that evolution. So I think it will be one day with the Mirror Mate.